I just came here real quick to share my disdain. I'm not gonna call it full blown hatred, but I really, really don't like Cardi B. And every single time I think that she's given me enough reasons to have a bitter taste in my mouth, feel like I want to throw up every time I see her, every time she's twerking with her baby bump, she gives me another reason to hate on Cardi B. I'm a firm Cardi B hater. I think she's a horrible representation of a woman, of a mother, of a girlfriend, of a wife. And the reason why I really, really hate her is because of the simple fact that she made being a horrible mother cool. She made being a slutty mother, pregnant mother popular. I forgot. I thought it was Sexy Red. I almost forgot. But Cardi B made it a hot line. Sexy Red made it a hot song. Cardi B apparently, and I don't follow too much of this social select. This is why I'm on YouTube, because Lord knows I would not be able to talk this spicy on TikTok. It would have been crazy. I kind of hope nobody do see this, to be honest with you. But anyways, when I think of Cardi B, you know, and Stephon Diggs, shame on him. I think, you see, what happens is broke people are gonna look at what these two are doing, and they're gonna assume that that's the way to live life, that that's the way to do it. And, everybody got to be responsible for themselves. But, the more and more you live life, you realize how susceptible people are. And it's just like, I see Cardi B and I'm just like, wow, somebody's going to do that. And that baby is going to be in another broken home, right? See, Cardi B's babies are going to be fine because they're rich. They're going to be okay. Your broke ass is going to have babies, and those babies are going to be up in broken homes, which makes them more susceptible to doing bullshit that the rest of society got to deal with. And I truly have a real disdain for that. And also, um, you know, the whole overly sexualizing herself while being pregnant, it's just like wow to me. You know what I mean? Like, just like I used to look at pregnant women, mothers, as like a real sacred thing. You know what I mean? Like, you would think like, yo, this is sacred, but it's just like, it's just another bucket to just to release yourself on is what Cardi B has now made. It's one thing to be a whore, but to be a pregnant one, it's like, goddamn, you know what I mean? Like where does the line come? And then as far as Stephon Diggs, I heard he's an ain't shit nigga as well. But I think, fellas need to shame dudes like this too, because you're gonna have a broke dude who, sees a girl, thinks she's bad, thinks she's all that, barely dating the chick, and decides to impregnate her, knowing for a fact that you will not. I can I bet my life on it. I know they're not gonna stay together. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be a failed family. Oh shit, that cat almost died. Oh my gosh, that was close. I gotta feed these cats, man. This is gonna be a failed family. You know what I mean? A broken home. Your kids will never be as great as they could have been. You know what I mean? It's one thing for you not to have control over that, but it's another thing for you to just willy-nilly walk up to, struggle and say, hey, struggle, let's do this together. You know what I mean? I really despise people who treat their babies as accessories. And I feel like the men need to shame dudes like that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, shame on you for having money and power. You know what I mean? Just because somebody else would have had that money and power, in terms of like men, somebody else would have had that and probably did a lot more with it, made way better decisions about that. You know what I mean? Babies are humans. Well, obviously babies are humans, but babies need to be nurtured more. Like, if you can't do a 2-parent household, cool. You know what I mean? If something happens, whatever, shit happens, shit hits the fan. Thug changes, love changes, best friends become strangers. All right. But it's just like, to set yourself up for failure, you gotta be like one of the scummiest people on the planet. That's a fact. to set yourself up for this type of failure, for this type of I don't careness, shows that, like, because if you don't care about your kids, who do you care about? You know what I mean? If you're willing to bring a baby into the world with a man that you know for a fact you will not be with, you know what I mean? Like that makes you such a shitty person. Like you're just a shitty person. And the reason why you're shitty is because your shittiness is affecting all of us. You know what I mean? You're a shitty person for bringing your kid in a world where they don't have the best of opportunities and knowing that that's what's going to happen. And you're a shitty person because 9 times out of 10, I'm not talking about Cardi B. I'm talking about people who look at her and are broke and that feel like they can do it. You're also a shittier person because 9 times out of 10, somebody else is going to have to help you. When you could have easily not have been in this position, you could have easily not have been knocked up. You know what I mean? Like, I know she's technically still married, but if she's divorced, then, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, if she's divorced, then I don't necessarily, like, people be like, oh, she should have waited until the divorce was finalized, and I kind of agree with that. But at the bare minimum, she should have waited until she got married again. If she was lucky enough to find somebody to marry her, like, she should have waited until that happened. You know what I mean? Or at the bare minimum, not have it with the dude that you haven't even known for a year. You know what I mean? I just look at these examples and I think it's just like, yes, man, like, we gotta shame these people, because it's just like, your broke ass do it. It's just like, you're dumb. Like, I don't want to hear that niggas. And then after that, she gonna be on Instagram talking about her problems, talking about how they cheat, how she's being hurt, how she's getting cheated on, and all of this stupid shit. When we watch you walk into this scenario, you put yourself there, so you deserve to be there. You know what I mean? Like, I remember the real reason why I hate Cardi B though is really because she makes, like, pregnant women. She took the sacredness out of pregnant women, to me. Like, she started that, you know what I mean? And then it's just like her whole energy, her aura. It's just like, and then, like, for Stephon Diggs, it's just like, you dummy. Like, she was a stripper. So it's just like, when she, like, well, she can't take half. Who's richer? Who got more money? Like, I'm not sure exactly. But it's just like, when your world crumbles and you can't see your son, the Brittany Renner, when Cardi B Brittany Renners you, all men, like, all we need to do as men is sit there and laugh. Like, I don't want to feel sorry for you. I don't want to be like, nah, dad's got it tough. No freaking way. Like, you knew what it was. You know what I mean? Like, you knew what it was. And I think people need to see the consequences of shit like that in order for them not to be involved in shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I have a real disdain for people who do this on purpose. And I call it do it on purpose because it's just like, you're an adult. You can even after you find out you're pregnant, you can still fix the mistake. You know what I mean? Like, you could, I was having a discussion with somebody the other day. We was talking about, like, fixing the mistake, and then they was like, well, some people don't believe in that. And then, you know what I said to them? I said to this, anybody who doesn't believe in abortion because of, like, whatever reasons, religious reasons or whatever reason, you don't believe in it strong enough. Because if you did, you would have never put yourself in that position. I know that sounds like generic, but you got to think about what I'm saying. And I'm talking about, like, the pastor's daughter. If the pastor's daughter got pregnant, she should, if she wanted to have an abortion, get one, because she did not believe in not having an abortion enough for her not to be pregnant in the first place. That's what I mean. I don't believe anybody who says, oh, no, that goes against my da-da-da-da-da, because it's just like, then that means you wanted the situation that you was in. You know what I mean? Like, so I look at I look at people like that as, like, the scummiest people, bro. Because I remember I lived my whole life scared as hell of getting the wrong woman pregnant. That's a fact. Anybody who knows me in real life will tell you that was, man, I used to, you know how many, I pretty much, I was taking, yo, that trip to Walgreens was mandatory. like, if I ever fucked around, like, I would have dealt with it or whatever. And these weren't like necessarily like skeezers or like, ex strippers or people who were technically still married or women that I didn't know for over a year. It wasn't nothing crazy like that. It was just like, no, I'm not ready to have a kid, girl. Swallow that pill in front of me. You know what I mean? Like I want to see that pill go down your throat in front of me, both eyes. I need to see this. All right. Like I used to. Anyways, so yeah, man. Like yeah, man, I think and shout out, it's one thing to not to expect anything, you know what I mean? It's one thing not to expect this is gonna happen. It's one thing, you in love, you think this is gonna last forever, but it's another thing to walk yourself and your future family into a train wreck. You're a despicable human being, bro. Despicable human being. Like, you're not even worth. And then after that, and then like the broke ones or whatever, like society got to end up helping out, either raising your kid and or your kid turns out to be a fuck up. At the bare minimum, at the bare minimum, your kid will never be at the maximum without being raised with the two-parent household. Whether it was love and then it stopped, or whether it was I just made a mistake and I skeeted in the wrong trick. You know what I mean? Like, either way, it doesn't matter. That kid will lose out opportunities in life. So it's just like, doing that shit on purpose is like a whole nother level of a degenerate. A whole nother level of just a shitty person. Cause I remember being like, especially as a dude, like I watched dudes get on child support. That was like one of my biggest fears. Like, hell no, I ain't never. Who's you taking half of what you doing? What the fuck? That I be working too hard, way too hard. And then you seeing what they doing with the money, I'd be like, hell no, bro. I'm keeping everything. You know what I mean? But nah, man. So it's just like, I look at myself and I'm not better than anybody. You know what I mean? I'm not smarter than anybody. So if I was able to do it, Lord knows y'all can too. You know what I mean? I be hearing chicks be getting knocked up, and then after that, it'd be like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I mean, irresponsibility. It's like, I really want to say I don't know what I'm doing. What I'm doing is just like, trick. Like, you better figure it out before you run out of time to actually make a decision on what you want to do. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it's just, ugh, man. Oh man. And so anyways, yeah, like I think she needs to be shamed, but more so like the people that follow her and think that that's cool. The fellas need to be shamed. You know what I mean? Like, enough congratulations. Nobody should be congratulating this. Nobody should be celebrating this. Like, the baby, of course. Like, the baby is a celebratory thing just because it's a new life. But it's just like, like, I'm not gonna celebrate it like you was married and whatever. Like, if anything, like, you just gonna celebrate it now, because this is probably as good as it gets. The best days of the baby's life is probably going to be when it's a baby. And then once the baby grows up, once the baby gets old, it's downhill from there. It's downhill from there. I look at Kanye West too. Like Kanye West crying about his kids. Oh, I can't see my kids. Nigga, fuck you. Like, nigga, you impregnated Kim Kardashian. You get everything you deserve, bro. And like her daughter, now I'm starting to see that little girl wearing short ass skirts, talking a little like sticking her tongue out and shit, like, whatever. I guess she's a girl. Girls wear skirts or whatever. But I'm like, nigga, and your daughter is half is the mother and the father. If the mother's a whore like them, but then again, Kim, at least one thing I gotta give Kim Kardashian though, she definitely flipped that though. Out of all the like sluts and whores in terms of like TV, all of that, she is the top one, only because she was able to flip that into, like, niggas forget that she got famous off of a sex tape. You know what I mean? Like, niggas forget that shit. So I look at Kim Kardashian and I'm just like, all right, cool. At least she think, but her roots she's a whore. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about money. So it's just like, nigga, if you don't think your daughter's gonna turn into that when she's living with the mother, Nigga, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. You're delusional. You're delusional. And you put yourself there. And then after that, you got to think about it. That little girl's probably going to do the same shit her mother did. You know what I mean? Or some dumb nigga is gonna end up, yeah, some dumb nigga is gonna end up knocking her up, and then it's gonna be another broken family. You know what I mean? It's a spicy, sad situation, and I think that's my rant. I think that's my rant because it's getting dark out here. But I had to come on YouTube with this one because Lord knows I could never say none of this shit on TikTok. Um, but I already know. Um, but yeah, dog, like niggas is like she's over here saying it with a smile on her face. Like, bitch, where's your shame? Like, smear some shame on your face before you open your mouth and tell the world that you're pregnant. And it's just like, you dumb like, how dumb could you be? Like, don't you got an album? Like, wasn't you pregnant the first time when you was dropping an album, and now you about to be pregnant again? Oh gosh. And then like niggas that just, it's just like you deserve every horrible thing that comes to you as a man for impregnating a stripper, especially a loudmouth, ratchet, ghetto one like Cardi. And then I seen that trick tried to put on a fucking swimsuit, my nigga. I was like, that's what her ass look underneath. It's just like, yo, bro, that shit ain't even. I'll give you, but you know what I will say about Cardi though? Cardi B before the surgery and her face was butt ugly, horrible. Like, remember her teeth, her face, everything about her was. I don't even know how the fuck she was even a stripper. Like, she was below average. That's on my life, and I'm not even saying that. That's on my life, on everything I love. Before the surgery, Cardi B was below average. That's on my life. At least my taste, what I like. Hell, and I'm not even all that. Like, I don't like. Like somebody would be like, oh, like before Cardi B got surgery or whatever, I wouldn't even try to bag it as a regular person. Like, oh, she's Cardi B, whatever. Like, a nigga like me is fucking just trying to get some money at this point or whatever. I still don't think she look good, but what I will say is she has had the best transformation though. I say that out of all the women that has had their bodies transformed, face transformed, teeth, all of that, I will say Cardi B has had the best. Like, she went from below average to above average. You know what I mean? Like, she was like if we're doing if we're doing 1 out of 10, she was like a 3 or 4, and now she's like a 6, 7. And like, but as like every time I see her in a swimsuit, the number goes down though, because her ass just looks so disproportionate. Like, she need to get her thighs filled. But her face, compared to what she was before, she's immaculate now. Like, her face definitely, like, no other, I've never seen no, because usually they be fucking up like the bitches, like, shorty looking like the clown from Saw. You know what I mean? A lot of them be looking like messed up. But I will say, whoever her face surgeon is, she need to do songs about that. She need to make records about whoever fixed her face. That's a fact. Whoever fixed Cardi B's face needs a golden platinum record. Straight up and down. Because that nigga made a miracle happen. But as far as whoever did her body, it's just like she should just never wear a swimsuit. She should just wear tight shorts. The shortest she could wear is boy shorts. Wear some boy shorts and nigga, and keep the facade going. That's it. That's sick. Wear some boy shorts and call it a day. You know what I mean? Because whenever she's in a swimsuit, that shit look like a light bulb. Like, that shit look like a light bulb with a stick on top and a stick on the bottom. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, if I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I guess that's what niggas is into. Y'all are weird. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I can understand if it looked natural. What's the point of getting a BBW or BBL or whatever if it looks fake? Like, is it the point for it to look like you got, that was just that I used to say that about hair. I used to say that a lot about hair. I used to be like, yo, if you're gonna wear fake hair, why would you go out your way for it to look fake? Wouldn't you want it to look real and just better? You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't you want to add hair to make your hair look like it's full and rich and thing instead of like a flat blonde or red or blue one? That's the same way I feel about plastic surgery. It's like, wouldn't you want to make it just so that you look like you got a fat ass and not like you actually had surgery? Because because it shows that like I don't know, it's almost like I guess you shouldn't be ashamed if you get surgery because you're just trying to make your body better, but it's just like it's not something that I would like brag about. It's like a man getting a penis enhancement or some shit. It's like, nigga, does that mean like that means you had a small dick? Like, is that something that you really want to tell the world? Like, you know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Like, if I had a penis enhancement, I wouldn't tell niggas. You know what I mean? I would keep that to myself. You know what I mean? I'd try and make it look as natural as possible. Like, nah, niggas was built like this. This is how we move it out here. Ain't no inadequacies. Oh my gosh, inadequacies. Why am I saying inadequacies? Oh my gosh, I cannot say that word to save my life right now. Like I wouldn't, I wouldn't, like, I just act like I was born like this. But it's just like when you go out your way to let the it's just like let the world know that it's fake or it looks like it's fake. It's just like you was better off having a flat ass. That's like Little Kim. Little Kim is the one. Like she, like it's almost like, damn, you fucked yourself so much. Like she probably, the reason why Little Kim looked like that is probably she was trying to fix herself. Like she probably looked at herself and had the problem with everything and tried to fix it until she like fucked it all up. But it's almost like you would have been better off just staying normal. You know what I mean? Like you would have been prettier. And that's how I feel about Cardi B's ass and Nicki Minaj's ass. That's why you ever notice these girls on Instagram, like a lot of them with the fat asses. I be seeing their pages too. It's like, damn, you got all that ass, but you will not take a straightforward back, like just have them stand up like in a swimsuit or a thong with just their ass. Like no poses, don't be squatting. I don't want to see the side. It's because that shit look horrible back there, bro. That shit is a fucking it's a deflated pool. It's a deflated air mattress back there, bro. I'm telling you right now, they gotta squat. They gotta lift one leg up and make it look like it's nah, nigga. That's because that shit look horrible, bro. You can't tell me you got all them pictures of you in sexy clothing. You turn to the side, you looking all seductive, but not one picture of you just standing straight with with just your ass. You know what I mean? Straight up and down, no squatting, no nothing. Like, but niggas go for it too. So they gotta, so I don't, niggas like fall for that. I'd be like, yo, man, these hoes better get their money if they gonna find somebody to 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 um to fall for that shit. Do it. That's how I look at it. Straight up and down, nigga. Straight up and down. I'll tell you that shit right now. I never knock the hustle. I never knock the hustle. I look at you. I look at the fellas like you Dumbo. What did you think was gonna happen? Getting involved with her, the one that has four different baby daddies and was the ex stripper. Not Cardi. I think Cardi B has one. Like I think, but I heard Offset. But you could say the same thing. Like I think Offset got like a bunch of kids himself. It's like, what did you think? You thought he wasn't gonna be baby mama number, whatever. I said, as soon as that nigga squatted on stage and was like, yo, here you go, I was like, oh man, I'm surprised they lasted as long as they did, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. But Offset's dumb too. Offset's dumb too. But then again, I heard he was the one, apparently he was the one cheating on her or whatever. But you know, you get what you are at the end of the day. You get exactly what you are. But it's just like, damn, bro, like you decided to impregnate her? You wanted to put 3 of your kids in there? Come on, bruh. The loudmouth ex stripper. Good job. Good job. And then you know custody battles is gonna happen. You know it's gonna be a problem. You know he's gonna want to see his kids. Cardi's gonna be coming on. Oh look, he don't who is doing that on all your business is gonna be aired out. Who was that? You're gonna be like Blueface and Krishan Rock. Like you niggas is just they're gonna blast you on social media and you're gonna be looking for sympathy. I'm gonna be on my YouTube channel reminding you that you impregnated a loudmouth stripper who thinks twerking while pregnant is a great thing. Oh, you deserve everything you get. You deserve everything you get, bruh. Not gonna hold you, man. Anyways, it's dark as hell out here. But oh shit, 25 minutes? Nigga, I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here. I think I'm gonna leave this up. Nah, I think I was talking too spicy on this one. I was talking too spicy. But that's why I came on here, though. That was the point of being on here and not TikTok. So, anyways. What up, man? Oh, shit. We got 4 niggas in the building, son. Oh, shit. They left. Oh, man. All right, I'm out of here, man. That's my Cardi B rant for the day. I'm out of here.